I will say this, the perpetrator did have a goal that evening. I firmly believe my heart pulse was not his target. I went to every day of that trial of his wife and learned about their, where had they been the week before, where they had been targeting, where they had walked through.
Did they talk about like Disney Springs at one time too?
Yes, and that's exactly where they were the week and before. They had never been to Pulse. They had never driven by Pulse. And so what happened is that when they had went where he had gone to his target, was spooked somehow, got in his car, and he just Googled Orlando nightclubs, and Pulse just happened to come up at the top of the list. And so...
And he had been there before, though. No,
there's no record that he'd ever been to Pulse.
So those are false reports then.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think everything was flying around. It was like, oh, I think I'd seen him before. He looked familiar. He wasn't from here. They could never place him here, even by his pings on his phone. They did completely track him the weekend before, and could track where they had been. So. It wasn't that the LGBT community was exactly targeted. But what I can tell you is that he was in that building for 11 minutes before he went outside and strapped on his guns. So he knew who he was going to kill. He didn't discriminate against it, but he knew exactly where he was and who he was going to kill. But and I'm sure in his faith, that might seem like an okay thing to do. I'm pretty sure that there's LGBTQ community is not accepted in his faith as well, but Pulse was not his target. It's not where he left when he left his house that evening, where he knew he was going.
Did you learn, was there any conflict in his head from that he was gay then, or no? That's false too?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I've never had any proof of that. I did not come out in the trial. Again, the trial was against his wife.
Right.
So I'm not sure how much of that would have come out or not come out, but he wasn't on trial, she was.
I thought maybe from, again, bad reporting, fake news or whatever, we kind of understood that he was conflicted, and, he had been on apps, they said, and different websites, gay websites, looking for partners, and that wasn't true.
I don't know. I mean, I remember reading all those reports, but I personally don't know that, I'm not on the apps. Wasn't me who saw them. So, I mean, I just can tell you from what I've learned through this process, that not that I know of.
Did you get to know any of any people connected to him at all over time?
No.
No? They never reached out to you or came to you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how is Barbara doing these days? Man, oh man, you have had just a wild ride in this, a totally innocent business owner thrust into this. What is the moral or the lesson to learn from all this? What have you learned in life?
Well, can't prepare for something like this. You can only do the best you can. I think that you have a choice. You either sink or you swim. I think it's that way with any kind of trauma or anything that you've ever been through in your lifetime. You have a choice. You can either sink or swim with it. And so we chose to swim. And we chose to what we thought was the right thing to do with the property and with the space. And so we just continue to do that work every day. And that's what I've been doing. It's not always easy. Sometimes you question yourself. But this is a new path right now.
Looking back, is there anything you would have done differently? I mean, in the whole situation?
I don't know. I think I don't have any feelings like that because I constantly look forward. I don't really ever look backwards. I know that backwards was a really dark, bad place, and so I strive every day to stay out of that hole. And so I really want to look back, but I think that everyone did the best they could, and I think I did the best I could too.
No more Roach on Florida TV.